Over to you, Mukul.
Perfect. I'm muting everyone right now. We can use the chat box to interact. I'll get started. Firstly, I want to set the expectation straight from this session. This session is basically about the current state of AI, the missing mindset, and the approach that I see most of the Indian folks are missing right now. And because of that, we are not able to work well with the AI. We are not able to align our expectations straight. We are not able to understand how AI actually works, how to work with it. And because of that, those who are looking to start freelancing, be it college students and working professionals and housewives, retired folks, and other people who have taken a break, whatever it is, it does not matter. If we are not clear about how to deal with AI, how to look at AI, how to use it, then we would not be able to, work well with it. Whether it's a full-time job, whether it's freelancing, it does not matter. Today's session is highly focused on understanding what AI tools are about, how to see them. And then this is going because there are a lot of things that I want to share. The 90-day roadmap, the approach, and everything. A lot needs to be covered, and it is practically impossible to go into absolute depths into any particular topic. So I am going to cover as much as I can in this session. Regarding going into any topical depth, after the session ends, we can use the community to, you can ask your questions as you go along in the community. You can also ask the questions here. I'll try my best to cover all of the questions. But all the individual modules and concepts, for example, how to create content, how to use AI, prompt engineering, and other pricing strategies, everything. I mean, every single module is worth 5 to 6 days of a workshop. It is that comprehensive. So it is practically impossible to cover everything in 1 to 2 hours of a session. So we have to think on those ways. I am going to talk about all the modules. I am going to talk about the 90-day roadmap. I am going to give you the roadmap and everything. But if you have any detailed question, any specific questions, feel free to use the community or the chat box, and I'll be happy to clear that up. If that's all clear, you can write clear in the chat box, and we can then proceed. Perfect, perfect. Let me share my screen and go to the presentation. Guys, let me know when you are able to see my screen.
Yes,
Is my screen visible, guys? Shubhra, can you confirm?
yes, you can make it.
I
Yes, you can make
guess
it.
it is. I think it's already in the full. I'll have to check. It seems to be in
Okay.
the full because of
Upper
Zoom. It
tabs
is
are
not. Yeah, yeah. Because of the
नहीं नहीं
Zoom, I
upper
think it
tabs
is
भी
not.
दिख रहे हैं, that is why.
Yeah, yeah. Just a second.
Yeah, particular tab नहीं दिख रहा है, सारे tabs भी दिख रहे हैं. इसीलिए.
That is all right. उसका कोई issue नहीं है. As long as the main screen content is visible, I think that should be good, right?
Yes, go ahead, go ahead.
Yeah. Anyway, so let's start. So, firstly, thank you, Shubhra, for giving me the opportunity and hosting this session. I really want to impart the correct information regarding how to use AI and use that to kickstart and set up your freelancing journey. So, before that, a bit about myself. I'm Mukul Dubey, and I have over 8 years of experience in content strategy, SEO, and market research, and another 4 to 5 years of experience working with AI in prompt engineering. And currently I'm also almost there with the agentic AI automation and automating repetitive tasks. so that we can have more efficiencies. So I'm currently working with a couple of US clients. I worked full time with a lot of big brands. I freelanced with Copy.ai. I've worked full time with Policy Bazaar, and there are a lot of sectors that I've worked with, a lot of companies that I've worked with, mainly in the B2B, B2C, D2C, and e-commerce space. So, content, SEO, market research, strategy, everything, it comes naturally to me. So I am one of the most relevant and suitable people to teach you freelancing, because I have also done that. I still do it. I use LinkedIn extensively for that. I have been using Upwork since a while for that. So I understand how the freelancing game is. I have gotten clients from referrals. I've gotten clients from outreach. I've gotten clients from inbound. So I understand how things work in freelancing. And I've also, previously I've mentored, trained a lot of folks to help them, start freelancing. I understand the objections of people who want to start freelancing, the problems that they face, whether it could be content creation, it could be pricing. But the biggest problem that they face is the clients nahi mil rahe hain, how to get clients. But you have to understand the fact that getting the client is, as you will see in the roadmap, it is perhaps one of the last steps in your freelancing journey. हम freelancing start करते हैं, as I was talking to Ankita as well. She said that उन्होंने profiles बनाई हैं Fiverr पे, Upwork पे. So creating a profile on platforms is often seen as getting started. However, and this is the misconception that I want to clear in front of everyone, कि getting started happens way before you start a profile. You create a profile. It starts with the right mindset. It starts with the approach. That is what we are going to talk about. Before that, I want to share a small incident with you which happened. Let me see. So I'm not sure if you guys have heard about Dukaan.com or not. It is a Bangalore-based startup. What happened in July 2023 was its CEO Sumit Shah, he announced on X, formerly Twitter, that he had laid off 90% of his customer support team, actual humans, and he had replaced them with AI chatbot called Lena. And because of that, he saw an exponential improvement in his operations efficiencies. I mean, the problem started getting resolved sooner, and customer satisfaction increased. So Dukaan started doing a very good in terms of online reputation management. Everything was going right for them. But what about those 90% of the employees? They were real humans. They got laid off. They had families, they had EMIs, dreams, ambitions, plans. Overnight, everything was gone. And recently, I'm not sure if you guys are aware of the fact or not, Oracle also laid off thousands of employees. And this trend has been going on. For many companies, Meta ho gaya, Google ho gaya. They are firing people left, right, and center. In fact, Tesla recently fired a great deal of its employees. And the fun fact is, most of those employees were high-performing from high-performing teams. And even they got replaced with AI. They got fired. So even if you perform, even if you are on a high-performance team, it is not a guarantee that you are going to keep your job. So I'm mainly talking about the corporate professionals here. But even if you are a college student, for example, I'm not sure how many college students are here in this meeting. Even if you're a college student and if you think कि college से degree करने के बाद job मिल जाएगी, like the same trend that we have been seeing since the past 20, 30 years. That shift is changing, unfortunately. Fortunately or unfortunately, companies are expecting even the graduates to have some level of AI knowledge or proficiency. In fact, I was for an experimental basis for one of my mentees, I was applying from my own profile. I have an experience over 8 years. From my own profile in Internshala, I was applying to some of the internships to see how quickly I can get the gigs or internship, sorry, from there. And वहां पर I am seeing for a 10,000 rupees internship, uh, from college graduates, they are expecting ki any 10 automations and agentic AI mein you need to be, sort of intermediate, कुछ use cases बनाए होंगे, कुछ tangible बना के कुछ project होगा जिसमें दिखाया होगा. And that kind of explains the expectations of the industry from the working professionals or the new workforce that is going to join in from the college. Even from, so it does not matter आप हाउसवाइफ हो, आप रिटायर्ड प्रोफेशनल हो, आप करियर ब्रेक पे हो, यू आर रीस्टार्टिंग, it does not matter. What matters is you have to understand how AI works, you have to make it your friend, you have to use it smartly, you control it. Let AI does not control you, you have to understand that, and then create an offer positioning, and then create a content pattern, reach out to clients. Then it all happens in a very structured, in a very cohesive manner. So this is what I wanted to share. Okay, so again, AI has created a "we don't need you" era. Companies, so since I am basically from SEO content writing background, so what I have recently seen, I keep talking to folks on LinkedIn. What I have started noticing is that most of the companies, they say, so when folks reach out for a job or freelance gig, they say that you're writing content, we can give prompts to AI and we can create content ourselves. Why do we need you? We can even get the tasks automated, we can cut the costs, we can increase our efficiency. मतलब तुम एक दिन में 2 ऑन पेज ब्लॉग्स लिख के दोगे, हम एक दिन में 7 से 8 ऑन पेज ब्लॉग्स लिखवा सकते हैं along the same quality, that too on automation, that too when normal humans sleep, the AI can keep working. So why do we need you? So from task automation to cutting costs, boosting efficiency, ऐसा narrative बन गया market में कि most of the people are not needed because AI is getting so much better every day at getting at creating content and managing things. मतलब from every stage of even from strategy, research to content creation to scheduling to monitoring and tracking, at every stage AI is AI has taken AI is doing really great. Even strategy and research, which is a very human intensive task. I have been into this industry. I have researched, strategized for a lot of brands, created a lot of strategies. And when I, give the right prompt to Perplexity AI, it creates a strategy similar to what I would create in several hours. And honestly, that kind of it bothers me also. But I do understand the loopholes AI has. I have spent a lot of time, studying AI tools and understanding where they lack, where they're good at. So that is what I intend to share it with you guys. Let's move on. Okay, so why freelancing makes sense right now? So again, since this session is highly dedicated to helping folks to start freelancing, and why do I'm always a big advocate of people having multiple income streams, because in I have faced this issue with myself as well. In 2020, around March when COVID happened, I was not. COVID started in March, I guess, but I was not. I did not catch COVID then. But unfortunately, I was down with typhoid. I was hospitalized, and I was the sole content writer working for this edtech brand. It was still remote. I was working remotely even before remote work became a mainstream thing. But since I was hospitalized, I was not able to, and I only had one single income source back then with this edtech firm as my full-time salary. So I was hospitalized. I was, not able to work, and I was their sole content writer. They were also right in their part. It was not their mistake. But one fine morning, I wake up to read an email that I've been, laid off because it was impacting company's operations. So that was the time where I realized. Just a second, wait. That was the time where I realized that if I had a second income source, if I had a financial cushion, It would have been great. I mean, because I had EMIs back then, I had plans, like all of you do. I had money requirements. So if I had a second income source back then, thoda sa matlab things would have been easier for me. And that is when it hit me. I started freelancing. I started taking freelancing in 2022. Sorry, in 2022. In 2020, sorry, June was when I started, and I've never looked back ever since. So after that, I've worked full time simultaneously. मैंने freelancing भी की है. I've made networks. I've gotten opportunities from referrals, and it has made life very easy for me. Besides boosting my income, पहली बात तो ये a funny thing happened that by July 2021, just after 1 year of starting freelancing, because I had made the right connections, I was skilled in what I was doing. I was good. I still am good at writing, but the agency that I was freelancing with, it saw the potential in me, and it started giving me more work. It started referring its affiliates to assign me work to them. So the work increased exponentially, and that is when I started using Jasper.ai's help as well. It was in 2021, before ChatGPT became a thing. So even before ChatGPT got released, I was doing pretty well with Jasper.ai. I was already using its help to create high quality content that the agency could use. I helped that agency to land a couple of new clients through the samples that I wrote for them, through the strategies that I devised for them. Even as a freelancer, I used to work with their full-time teams to help them. So what is my point here? My point here is that if you are a housewife, if you don't have a second income source, you definitely need freelancing as a first income source. If you're a corporate professional, you definitely need freelancing as a cushion, maybe as a financial cushion, or maybe going forward, if you see the real potential, if you are very confident that you can create a consistent pipeline of freelance client leads that can be converted into actual clients. If you can crack that formula, you can also take it up as a full-time role. As a college student, let's say you are in your third year of BTech or second year, you can take up freelancing. You can start freelancing and build your career. And who knows, by the end of your engineering, you won't even need a full-time job, because you would be doing so much in so great in freelancing. There are a lot of examples. Even I'm not sure if many of you have heard about Ishan Sharma. He quit his final year in bits Goa. He was, I guess, I'm not sure, he was into computer science or what. He quit because it was not freelancing, but he has started his YouTube channel, and it has been doing so well. So he told his parents that I don't want to, take up jobs or, pursue this side, because YouTube is doing so well for me. So it's not too late for either of the groups, I would say, but it's crucially important that you seriously consider freelancing, because no matter what your job, what your goal is, as Ankita said, coaching business, it's great. You build the coaching business, but you have to cover that up. You have to back it up with a financial cushion. The job layoffs are at their peak at the current moment, but at the same time, since the jobs are on the downfall, freelancing is on the rise in India. 15 million plus freelancers was this is I think last year's data. When I was researching, it was Feb or May's data. I'm pretty sure this has clearly risen by 16 million or something to now. And India is now world's second largest freelance market. I mean, if you can go to Fiverr, if you can go to Upwork, although these are not the best platforms anymore for getting freelance clients, but if you can check out any platform, you will find a lot of Indians, you'll find a lot of Pakistanis, Bangladeshi folks are doing amazingly well. So, and they are earning in big dollars. So this is all legit money. There is no shady activity, no scam, nothing. It's all legit. Even the US freelancers, I'm in touch with a couple of them. They are easily making 200K, 300K dollars per month, which is the annual package of some of the most prominent mid-level experience full-time salaries in the US. this is the potential and power of freelancing if you can do it right. So yeah, any questions so far? If anyone wants to ask any question, please go ahead. I would be happy to answer.
You can drop in the chat and I will pick and convey to Mukul. You can drop in.
Yeah, because I'm not able to see the chat box right now. I think I can. Okay, perfect. Let's move forward.
Okay. Yeah, up till now, clear everything. You can move ahead.
Okay, so this I've covered already. Freelancing is pretty much open to anyone. There is no entry barrier. There is no degree you need to do. Even though people do certifications, I don't see how much valuable that is. Clients actually value actual use cases, real life, proof of work that you can show. So I don't see how certifications, I mean, they used to carry some weight back in the day, 5-6 years ago. Now, not that much. So it does not matter who you are, even if you are a school student, senior secondary school student, college student, working professional, housewife, retired, someone taking career break. It does not matter. You can enter freelancing as long as you know the right approach and you have the time allocated for it. You have set the expectations right. You can take a freelance and there's a very high chance you are going to get successful in freelancing. There is one more thing that I would like to clear here. Since AI is taking the jobs, you might have a valid question. Even I do not have this question so far, but I was explaining this to you. अभी मेरे को एक question खुद आया दिमाग में कि if AI is taking the jobs, तो AI should also be impacting freelancing. तो वहाँ पे impact क्यों नहीं पड़ रहा? And why freelancing career is on the rise? So this is also something that we need to discuss. So what I would like to say here is, in jobs, बहुत restrictions रहता है. You have to follow your manager's instructions. You have to follow the brand guidelines, company guidelines, and SOPs होते हैं. उसके बाहर you cannot function until you are working, until or unless you are working in a startup जहाँ पे you have a full reign to work. But freelancing में क्या होता है? Since you are your own mini agency, you get to decide what SOPs you work with. You get to decide how you want to approach a process, what tools to use, when to work, how to work. Everything you decide. So, and no one is controlling you. You are an individual unit, right? So when you approach to client, or when the client or a potential client approaches you, you do basically a fit check. कि हो रहा है कि नहीं, मतलब what their expectations are, what I am offering, ये match हो रहा है कि नहीं. अगर match हो रहा है, अगर slightly भी match हो रहा है, partially भी match हो रहा है, and if there is a real promise that the client sees in you, so you can get on a discovery call, a couple of discovery calls to see कि how we can make this work. बिल्कुल ही match नहीं हो रहे expectations and offerings, तो it's very simple, right? तो freelancing में AI affect इसलिए नहीं कर रहा है because smart freelancers are able to make AI their friend, include AI in their existing workflows, and use that as a tool, as a strength to market their services. ये jobs में नहीं हो पा रहा है. Jobs में companies ये देख रही हैं कि AI को हम include करके ये पूरी की पूरी team जिनको हम 5 to 6 lakhs a month pay कर रहे हैं, सबको मिलाकर, या 10-15 lakhs पे कर रहे हैं, इनको हम हटा कैसे सकते हैं $200 या $300 पर मंथ का एक टूल लेके, उसमें ऑटोमेशन करके. So you have to understand the approach shift here. As a freelancer, you are your own boss. You are a single unit. You have the full autonomy on deciding कि कौन से tools के साथ कैसे काम करके कैसे branding करनी है अपनी, कैसे positioning, कैसे messaging करनी है, and कैसे client को reach out करना है, या कैसे content creation करना है कि clients आपको reach out करें. Since you have the 100% autonomy, that is how AI is not able to, affect you in terms of freelancing, and that is why the freelance careers are on a rise. I hope, I have made it clear to you so far. I'm proceeding forward now with the 90-day freelance roadmap. So on a bird's eye view, this is how it looks like. As you can see, यहाँ पर LinkedIn game या discovery and closing, ये clients वाला चीज है ना, यहाँ पे आता है. It all starts with the foundation where you set the right expectations, goals, routine. You figure out your niche. You create a portfolio. ये सब यहाँ पे आता है. पहले foundation. We'll go into some detail into each step as we go ahead. तो फाउंडेशन में यहाँ आता है स्किल्स में you finalize on your skills की what skills you want to polish and how you want to proceed from there. फिर आप ऑफर एंड प्राइसिंग क्रिएट करते हो एंड लिंक्डइन गेम. फिर so I am basically going to focus on LinkedIn here क्योंकि Facebook groups are too shady and Fiverr and Upwork is they are too cluttered. So that abhi currently LinkedIn is one of the most legitimate verified source of prospecting. So we are going to use that. I'm also not going to cover the paid outreach methods using Apollo.io and Instantly. Maybe that is for the other session for only those folks who can afford 10,000 or 12,000 per month into outreaching at volume. That's a different that's performance outreach in terms of prospecting, I would say. I'm only going to focus on organic free methods right now because assuming most of you are beginners here, so I want to make it very easy for you to get started on freelancing. Remove the entry barriers and then discovery call and closing. So the thing that we are going to focus on here is the 100 minutes a day thing and 4 to 5 days a week. So let's see how this all unfolds in real time. So firstly, before you even think about starting freelancing, you have to set a few things straight. Firstly, you have to pick your skill. There are so many skills you could start. Due to the space constraint, I could not include all of them. But yeah, content writing, SEO design, coding, virtual assistant. You have to ask yourself that what skills you are good at. Before you finalize your skill, you cannot move forward. Then create a client persona. Basically, once you have finalized what skill do you have, for example, if I am good at content writing, so then you have to understand that who could be the potential clients that I could reach out to, okay, and what could be their problems. So the client persona is basically you create a fictional client image in your mind and assuming that they are your ideal client, assuming that they have exactly the same kind of problems that you are going to solve. So when you pick your skill, you also decide what skill it is and what problems you are going to solve. So during this same time, when picking your skill, you can also do market research. Like you can go to LinkedIn, you can search for content writing, you can check out posts that are created around content writing. You can see what the trends are there. You can ask ChatGPT that this is my skill and what exactly is the market condition right now, what is the market expectations from content writers, what are the problems that potential clients need. So once you are clear of the scale and the market research, then you create a client persona. Basically who is the client, where is he or she from, what are their specific pain points, what is their age, what do they do, which platforms do they hang out on. Basically, as Harvey Specter would say in Suits, if I have to, so you have to see your client as an opponent. If I have to take an opponent, I have to know about him more than he knows about himself. This is the level of research you have to do. This is the level of preparation that you have to do before you even start about starting freelancing as a serious career. And after that, when you are clear on the market research, skills, and the client persona, the client expectations, their problem, everything, then you build a portfolio with everything you have got. So your portfolio is basically your ammo. It's basically your selling point. It's basically your online shop at which others can see, your prospective clients can see, and they can decide whether to buy stuff from you or not. In this case, whether to hire you for your services or not. So initially you can use Canva. please do not use a Google Drive folder with a bunch of links in it and expect the client to open the Google Drive folder and sift through all those links and find the relevant links for them. They do not have the time. And honestly, any decent paying client, any client who values quality, who values sophistication, they are not the kind who hire freelancers with the Google Drive. So please, at the bare minimum, move away from Google Drive, shift to Canva, create a presentation sort of a thing where you highlight your past work if you have any. I'm sorry. If you do not have a past work, that's fine. There's a different approach for that. But if you have some past work to show, you showcase your past work over there, how you write or how you approach whatever skills that you are good at. A short intro about yourself. If you have worked with some clients or some companies, anything relevant. Please don't include irrelevant stuff like your hobbies. Yeah, short intro is a good start. You can showcase your creative stuff like in a line or two. Just be very crisp, but don't go too much into I'm good at gardening. I like to do this. I like to do that. Include only relevant. You again have to understand this that clients are only going to look at your portfolio for 5 to 6 seconds, maximum 7 to 8 seconds. So your first few slides of Canva, they are going to matter a lot. For example, I have this portfolio on Lovable. If you can see, is my screen visible, guys? Shubhra, is everyone awake?
Yes, it is
Yes.
visible.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Everyone is listening. Yeah.
Perfect. So there are different sections on my portfolio, along with work proof, a little bit of myself. But if you see the hero section, the first section, it includes some key details that you've got to see. Firstly, it has a photo of me, so it humanizes who I am as a person. Secondly, it has a call to action box so that they don't have to search where to, look for me. Or it also has my professional resume, and the button is very, it's very obvious. I've made it very obvious. Uh, I have specified what I do. I have, gotten into a bit of detail. I've added some credibility pointers over here, what I do. And most importantly, I have included some samples of various aspects. So a long form SEO blog, engaging LinkedIn post, engaging YouTube script, SEO strategy sample. And then I've backed it up with, the clients that I've worked with. Then I have backed it up with the content strategy that I had created and, the results that it has gotten. So you have to talk, you have to walk the talk, you have to show what you have got. You have to show yourself in your best possible way. I have included just one small section where I have tried to be a bit personal about myself. And here as well, I have tried to include my professional achievements and what I have done, and the skills and services that I do, and how I deliver results, what I do, all of that. Everything is what the client would expect and need to know. So this is how you have to frame your portfolio as well. Your first few slides of your Canva PPT, they need to be hyper relevant to what the client is looking for. So mainly you need to include your work samples in the first couple of slides. You need to be in your first slide, you need to be hyper specific on so you need to have your identity statement over there. I will get to that in the next phase. So this is currently phase 1, as you can see, setting up the foundation. So your portfolio, again, all of these 4 things that I was saying, every module can be a 5-day workshop potential. Picking a skill, and it is not a 1-hour job. It takes a good 3 to 5 days for anyone who has never started with freelancing before. Creating a client persona, it's a detailed topic in itself. Building a portfolio, detailed topic in itself. Everything. I mean, there are so many things that come into portfolio. This session is just to give you a brief idea and a very clear 90-day roadmap on what you need to do. And then you can also create a freelance resume, just like your full-time resume. Your freelance resume, it is optional. I mean, it is not this basically works in, if you are applying on Internshala, or you have to create 2 3 freelance resumes, because in Internshala, after LinkedIn, I find Internshala as one of the most trusted and legit platforms for anyone, for a complete beginner to kickstart. Even, I have seen internships, because I've been spending a lot of time on Internshala. I have seen internships that pay up to 65 to 70,000 per month to clients. Internships where that pay 25,000 to 45,000, they are very popular as well. And 15 to 20,000 for absolute beginner to start off with. There is no abundance. 10,000 per month, there is no abundance. And it's not only about getting that internship, getting those 10,000 per month for the next 3 months or 6 months. It's, you have also to understand the psychology of the platform. On Internshala, most startups are hiring. So you will be directly working with the founders, co-founders. I have interacted with a couple of founders and co-founders in the last month. I'm working with some right now myself as well, to see what their expectations are, because I am going to use that as a case study going forward to share it with you guys, how to nail Internshala. But what I'm trying to share here is, when you apply on Internshala, you put various skills like SEO, content writing. So for different skills, you may need to create a different resume, because if you apply with the same resume for a very specific internships over there, you will not be selected, because the volume of applications over there is through the roof. So you need to stand out, and you need to be hyper specific in terms of who you are. So the freelance resumes, so you can basically use AI's help to create one pager resume for SEO, whatever you're good at. I mean, you could be good at virtual assistants, graphic design, anything. So this is what it is about, phase one. These are the things you need to figure out first. You could take 5 days for this, 7 days for this, 10 days for this, but I would not recommend taking more than 7 to 8 days to be clear of all of these things. Moving on. Also, about the identity statement that I was talking about. In your first phase, just a second, when you are at this phase, besides these 4 pointers, your identity statement needs to be your most valuable thing. Now, what is an identity statement? You have to think of it as your digital Aadhaar card. In the freelancing world, you have to think of it as your Aadhaar card. Your identity statement is going to make it is the first line of information that the client is going to get when they look at your profile. So if you see here, you have to, in 1 or 2 lines, you have to clearly define who you are, what you do, and what problems you solve. So for example, this is my identity statement that I have put up on LinkedIn. I strategize and write AI SEO led content for B2B and B2C brands, 8 years in the industry, 30 plus brands scaled. So you need to be very clear. Again, finding this identity statement is key, but it takes a lot of time as well. And I'm speaking from past experience. I've worked with a lot of mentees, and they've had issues like, what do I write? मैं तो एकदम से start कर रहा हूँ, या I'm not sure what skills I'm good at, I'm not sure what results I can get. तो मैं क्या लिखूँ अपने identity statement में? तो it takes a while, but based on the above 4 pointers that we discussed, you have to figure out your identity statement. Again, finding your niche. I have included a generic formula over here, but ideally, in all honesty, if I were to be brutally honest, your niche needs to be a combination of the skills that you have and whether the market has the genuine demand for it or not. Okay, this is how your niche should be. So content writing, and if possible, as a beginner. So I'm only keeping in mind beginners, and I'm sharing the information about beginners only. अगर आप एक बिगिनर हो और आप फ्रीलांसिंग फील्ड में स्टेप इन करना चाह रहे हो, डोंट गो फॉर माइक्रो नीश। लाइक राइटिंग अगर नीश है, ऑनलाइन राइटिंग अगर नीश है, तो उसको ऑनलाइन राइटिंग ही नीश को लेके चलो इफ यू आर गुड एट राइटिंग। डोंट से कि मैं एसईओ कंटेंट राइटर बनना चाहता हूँ फॉर B2B ब्रांड्स। डोंट ट्राई टू लिमिट योरसेल्फ बिकॉज यू आर स्टार्टिंग आउट अभी, ठीक है। You need companies to work with, you need clients to work with, you need folks to work with, you need experience, you need to create a portfolio, yeah, you need some actual work to showcase. So keep it broad थोड़ा सा, ठीक है। It's fine. After 1 to 2 years, you can start going a bit niche into your industry. Identity statement का I already talked about, and your mindset, which is very important. पहली बात तो you have to commit 100 minutes per day at a bare minimum. 1.5 से 2 घंटा देना ही है इस लाइन ऑफ वर्क को। एंड मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंटली 4 to 6 months विदाउट एक्सपेक्टिंग एनी रिजल्ट्स। मतलब जो भी हम प्रोसेस, जो भी हम फेजेस, जो भी हम 90 डे का प्लान आज डिस्कस कर रहे हैं, you have to put your head down for the next 4 to 6 months. You have to repeat these tasks. So most of these tasks are one time, ठीक है। ये सारे सेटअप एंड फंडामेंटल टास्क है एक बार के। एक जो लिंक्डइन वाला गेम है, दैट इज अ रिकरिंग टास्क दैट यू हैव टू डू डेली, वीकली, मंथली। एक बार यू हैव स्पेंड सम टाइम, तो दिस इज ऑल्सो एन इंसेंटिव फॉर यू। आपको आइडेंटिटी स्टेटमेंट एक बार बनाना है। हाँ, आप ट्वीक कर सकते हो गोइंग फॉरवर्ड, बट यू हैव टू मेक इट वंस। आपको स्किल्स एक बार फाइनलाइज करनी है, ठीक है। आपको पोर्टफोलियो एक बार बनाना है। हाँ, ट्वीकिंग अगेन थोड़ा बहुत चल सकता है, बट यू हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड दैट क्लाइंट पर्सोना एक बार बनाना है, ट्वीकिंग चल सकती है, बट ऑल ऑफ दीज टास्क आर वन टाइम। आप एक बार आपको मेहनत करनी है। यू हैव टू बी वेरी स्मार्ट। यू हैव टू आल्सो यूज चैट जीपीटी। थोड़े प्रॉम्प्ट्स वगैरह वैसे डिजाइन कर लो कि अगर आपको कुछ ट्वीकिंग भी जरूरत है तो आप उसका यूज कर सको। तो besides the LinkedIn game, all of these tasks need to be done once, and that is how you're going to be smart about it. 4 से 6 महीना बिल्कुल भी एक्सपेक्ट नहीं करना है। आई मीन बिफोर यू गेट डिसअपॉइंटेड कि मैं क्लाइंट्स को आउटरीच करूंगा या करूंगी या उन्होंने मेरे को रिजेक्ट कर दिया, तो पहले खुद को ही रिजेक्ट कर दो। यू रिजेक्ट योरसेल्फ फर्स्ट। दैट इज हाउ यू गेट द फर्स्ट ऑब्जेक्शन आउट ऑफ द वे कि मैं फ्रीलांसिंग करूंगा और किसी ने मेरे को हायर नहीं किया। तो नहीं करेगा कोई हायर। लेट्स से कि 4 to 6 months कोई हायर नहीं करेगा। एंड ह्यूमन साइकोलॉजी वर्क्स दिस वे। इफ यू क्या कहते हैं, लेट गो ऑफ योर फियर्स ना, बिकॉज योर फियर बेसिकली होल्ड यू बैक इनटू बिकमिंग योर बेस्ट। अगर आप अपने फियर्स को ही जानने देते हो, अगर आप अपने फियर्स को एम्ब्रेस कर लेते हो, then you don't fear about anything else. और तो कुछ खोने के लिए है ही नहीं ना। I mean, assuming most of you are starting from scratch, you don't have anything to lose. If you can make the time like 100 minutes per day, and if you can spend the next 4 to 6 months, your आगे की 10 to 15 years of life can be set. So you have to, your mindset needs to be this before you even start actually creating content or registering on profiles. Everything clear so far over here?
Yes, there are some questions, but we will be taking them in Q&A.
All right.
But everything clear.
Okay. Let's move on. After that, comes the LinkedIn profile optimization. You have to, again, like I said, कि LinkedIn पे you have to be, LinkedIn को ही you have to treat it as your main client engine. तो यहाँ पर you have to do all the optimization. So before you start creating content on LinkedIn, you have to optimize it, so that you get the best out of it. As you can see over here, you have to create a banner. This is called the banner. ठीक है। Your banner is the first thing, and क्योंकि इसका surface area, if you can see in the whenever you check someone's LinkedIn profile, इसका surface area सबसे ज़्यादा होता है। What you mention here, what you write here, it weighs a lot in terms of how the client is going to look at you. And also you have to include some keywords related to your skills over here. For example, if you can see यहाँ पर I will also share a link to my LinkedIn profile after this call. You guys can go and properly check out my profile. But you can include various terms like मैंने यहाँ पे keywords use किए हैं, SEO, blog writing, website writing.
Mukul, there is a request. Mukul, there is a request. Can you just zoom that banner because it's not visible. The small words are not visible.
Wait. Let me go to my LinkedIn. I'm going to a LinkedIn profile and I'm going to zoom in over here. I hope this is visible to you guys.
A bit more.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think this is the max I can zoom in. But
yes, better.
1 minute. So as you can see, I have included some keywords like content strategy, long form, SEO, blog writing, website copywriting. ये सारे keywords हैं. So besides including them on my banner, you have to write in such a way that you are able to include some related keywords about your skills in your banner, because LinkedIn पे when a client search content writer मतलब they will look for semantic terms मतलब synonyms of what you have included. So अगर मैंने लिखा है end to end content strategy, तो वो content specialist भी ढूंढ सकता है. And क्योंकि LinkedIn algorithm is very smart at understanding the intent, so they will understand कि content specialist or content strategist, they are very closely aligned. So they might show my profile as a recommendation. So this is what I mean. So banner is, something that you have to focus on a lot. It needs to be crystal clear. It needs to clearly, tell the prospective client what your profile is about. Coming on to the next thing, which is a DP. It should be a clean headshot, preferably a plain background, but it can be a normal background as well, of a wall, of anything. It should not be of your entire body. ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए कि बहुत दूर खड़े हो, पता ही नहीं चल रहा है कि फोटो में हो कौन. ठीक है. It should not be you in a party wear. ठीक है. You have to be very थोड़ा सा decent, थोड़ा सा मतलब you have to be subtle. LinkedIn is a professional platform, so you have to be that way. जितना ज़्यादा you make it easy for them to look at your face, उतना ज़्यादा you will be able to humanize your brand. And then the headline, again, your identity statement goes here in your headline. And then about me, you have to make sure कि you write some 8 minute. Where is the about? Here. About me, again, the about section is very important because it's your space to sell your skills. Okay. So again, the first few sections you have to, the first few lines, you have to include your credibility areas and then, tell the, what you are good at, what you do, who do you serve, everything. So as you can see, you can also check out my about for a reference. And as a good practice, I would say, I don't know how many of you, use LinkedIn on a day-to-day basis, how much active you are on LinkedIn. But if possible, any good creator that you come across your feed, any post that you think it is well written, you can check out their person's profile and make it a habit कि आप लोगों के about sections check out करते रहो कि वो कैसे लिख रहे हैं about. By the time, let's say 1 month या 1.5 months में you have made it a habit कि आप लोगों के about sections check कर रहे हो, उनके identity statements check कर रहे हो, तो you will get a very clear idea कि मेरे को कैसे frame करना है. मेरे को मतलब of folks, try to check out folks in your industry, the ones who have skills similar to yours. ठीक है, and see how they are writing. थोड़ा research करो, थोड़ा analyze करो. In freelancing, one common misconception from mentors या courses, मतलब जो भी candidates देते हैं उनसे, मतलब ये एक गलत expectation रहती है कि हर चीज का एक फॉर्मूला होता है that we can apply and वो काम कर जाएगा. ऐसा नहीं होता है. It is your personal responsibility as well to research, to keep getting better. जो mentor है या जो course है वो तो आपको जो जानना है वो बता ही देगा. But outside of that knowledge, outside of that coaching, what you can do for your own self, how much initiative and accountability you can take, is what makes you stand out from the rest. तो आप पढ़ते रहो. Even I keep changing my about from time to time, and it is also a very good practice to keep changing your LinkedIn about from time to time. Keep tweaking it, keep making it better. But I have used a lot of white spaces as well, and you should do it as well. Make it very easy. White spaces are basically gaps between the paragraphs. Make it very easy for the prospect to read, understand, digest, consume your content. एंड मेक श्योर अगर आपने कोई रिजल्ट अचीव किया है तो आप वो कर सकते हो इंक्लूड. नहीं किया है तो व्हाट यू आर गुड एट वो कर सकते हो. अभी आपको वो भी नहीं पता है तो व्हाट यू कैन प्रॉमिस, व्हाट स्किल्स डू यू ब्रिंग टू द टेबल, आप वो लिख सकते हो. एनीथिंग दैट इज क्रेडिबल, एनीथिंग दैट कैन कन्विंस देम दैट यू आर गुड, यू हैव द पोटेंशियल, वो आप इंक्लूड कर सकते हो यहाँ पे. So this was about the about. And then features में again यहाँ पर if you have any certifications or achievements then you can include. अभी मेरे को update करना है अपना, but I have included, I have recently gotten some SEO and content and LLM success as well, so that I can I am sorry, so services भी आप अपना, so services ये एक dedicated page है, that this I have not included in the presentation, but services may also you can include your service. So basically this is like a Fiverr or an Upwork page, mini Fiverr or Upwork page on LinkedIn, जहाँ पे आप clearly बता सकते हो कि what you do, what results you have gotten. And इसके नीचे featured section आता है, यहाँ पर you can include what results you have gotten for the clients. अगर कुछ नहीं है तो कोई सर्टिफिकेशन होगा वो आप यहाँ लगा सकते हो. ठीक है, सर्टिफिकेशंस का यूज बेस्ट वे में यू कैन डू हियर. एंड ऑल्सो एक तो पोर्टफोलियो को होना ही चाहिए सेक्शन, इसके बिना तो फिर द फीचर सेक्शन विल बी इनकम्प्लीट. एंड देन एड ऑल रेलेवेंट स्किल्स. आई थिंक सर्विसेज में आता है वो, यस यहाँ पर. तो सर्विसेज पेज व्हेन यू आर ऑप्टिमाइजिंग यहाँ पे घोस्ट राइटिंग, कॉपी राइटिंग, ब्लॉगिंग, जो भी, मतलब since these are very relevant to my field, आपके फील्ड से मतलब you can feed this information to ChatGPT कि I'm good at this skill, this is the client persona that I've come up with, this is the market research, and based on this what are the relevant skills that come up with 10 to 15 relevant skills that can help me rank higher on LinkedIn search. ऐसे करके तो चैट जीपीटी विल गिव यू. एंड आपको फिर अगेन चैट जीपीटी का दिया हुआ पूरा ऐसे आंख बंद करके नहीं यहाँ पे लगा देना है. यू हैव टू यूज योर ओन ह्यूमन इंटेलिजेंस टू सी कि इफ दो स्किल्स दैट चैट जीपीटी हैज गिवन आर दे मेकिंग सेंस विथ यू और नॉट. तो स्किल्स भी हो गया, एक्सपीरियंस अगेन कोई भी लिंक, कोई भी कुछ भी अचीवमेंट कुछ भी है वो आप यहाँ एक्सपीरियंस लेवल पे आप अपना डाल सकते हो. So it starts with optimizing your LinkedIn profile once you are clear with all the plan and everything. Moving on. अब यहाँ पे phase 2 आता है एक बार. So phase 1 में basically what we did, phase 1 में हमने fundamental setup कर लिए सारे. हमने स्किल डिसाइड कर लिया, हमने स्किल डिसाइड की है, अभी उसको पॉलिश और सीखी नहीं है जो हम अभी अब फेज 2 में सीखेंगे. बट फेज 1 में हमने स्किल डिसाइड कर ली, हमने मार्केट रिसर्च कर ली, हमने क्या कहते हैं क्लाइंट का पर्सोना बना लिया, हमने फ्रीलांस रेज्यूमे बना लिया, हमने अपना पोर्टफोलियो बना लिया, हमने लिंक्डइन को ऑप्टिमाइज कर लिया. अब वी आर एक्चुअली मतलब अब आफ्टर डूइंग दिस, आफ्टर कंप्लीटिंग फेज 1, नाउ यू विल बी एबल टू थिंक कि हाँ the momentum has started, I have actually done something. ठीक है. And when you optimize your LinkedIn, what happens is कि there's a very good chance कि your profile will start showing up on client searches. So while this is not a guarantee, but you can start expecting anytime now कि inbound मतलब सामने से भी clients can DM you, can message you कि hey, I found your profile when I was looking for a content writer. What kind of services do you provide? कई बार सिर्फ लिंक्डइन प्रोफाइल ऑप्टिमाइज करके ही आपको क्लाइंट इंक्वायरीज आने लगती है. Although you can't control this, so I am not, being very bullish on this, but this is a possibility. This is how the good things start happening right from the end of phase 1. Phase 2 में क्या आता है, and this is very important. This is the fundamental core of your offering, your skills. For example, again, since आई एम इनटू कंटेंट राइटिंग में कंटेंट राइटिंग का एग्जांपल ले लेता हूँ. आपने ये डिसाइड कर लिया कि आप राइटिंग में अच्छे हो. ओके, तो हाउ डू यू हैव टू अप्रोच अबाउट पॉलिशिंग योर स्किल एंड मेकिंग इट प्रोफेशनली रेडी. पहले तो अगर आपने कभी राइटिंग नहीं की है, मतलब आई एम अज्यूमिंग यू आर एन एब्सोल्यूट बिगिनर, there are a lot of free YouTube courses. For example, WS Cube Tech के हैं content writing courses. Take them. Everything is available for free on YouTube. You don't have to pay any money before you finalize any skill. Chat GPT है, YouTube है. Take the course, go through it. उसके सारे assignments complete करो and see कि मतलब how you are feeling about it. Assignments complete करके क्या कहते हैं, confidence आ रहा है कि नहीं. If possible, find a mentor, कोई guide, कोई experienced senior, anyone. तो mentor क्या करता है? Mentor does a lot of things for you. They become your accountability partner. They check कि आपने जो progress है वो किया है कि नहीं. They give you brutal feedback. ठीक है? Since they are not people pleasers, mentors are supposed to give you brutal feedback in a professional way. They don't have to demean you for that. But they tell you कि what's fundamentally wrong with what you're doing, how you can fix it, and what you can expect after fixing it. So a mentor can save you a lot of time and effort which you would otherwise waste. If you do not have a mentor, you already have ChatGPT. ठीक है? तो if you have completed the assignment, do share it with ChatGPT, tell it to critically examine it and tell you how is your performance. And once you have done these 3 steps, you can again इसके बाद you can move ahead and interview with ChatGPT or other AI tools, Gemini, Claude, जो भी है, and ask them कि now I am like done with polishing my skills. Ask me questions. Act as a client in my industry. Again, give it the persona that you have created. Give it the skills details that you have created, market research that you have created. And then ask ChatGPT to ask you questions, critical questions, tough questions. Put yourself in tough situations. Take ChatGPT's help. Make it very uncomfortable for you. Just a second. So make it uncomfortable for you in terms of answering those questions. Go through those questions. See, क्योंकि when you ask ChatGPT to ask you questions, as a client, for example, do a role play with ChatGPT and tell it to ask questions. तो आपको ये समझ में आएगा कि आप तो इस एंगल में सोच ही नहीं रहे थे. अच्छा, ऐसे भी पूछ सकते हैं क्वेश्चंस. ये भी करना होता है, क्योंकि अगेन यूट्यूब कोर्स तो वही सिखाएगा ना जो करिकुलम में है. उसके बाहर तो आपको ब्रॉड थिंकिंग नहीं करेगा वो. तो वो आप कैसे कर सकते हो? वो आप चैट जीपीटी के साथ ब्रेनस्टॉर्म करके कर सकते हो, या वो मेंटोर के साथ ब्रेनस्टॉर्म करके कर सकते हो. अगर मेंटोर नहीं है तो आप चैट जीपीटी के साथ ब्रेनस्टॉर्म करो. अपना सोच का दायरा बढ़ाओ. ब्रॉडन योर होराइजन ऑफ थिंकिंग. रियल सिनेरियोस, फोकस ऑन रियल सिनेरियोस. सो इस स्लाइड में 2 इंपॉर्टेंट चीजें क्या हुई. आपने फेज 1 में स्किल फाइनलाइज किया. फेज 2 में स्किल को सीखा, उसको कंसोलिडेट किया, और उसके बाद मार्केट रेडी हुए आफ्टर इंटरव्यूइंग मल्टीपल राउंड्स विद चैट जीपीटी. नाउ यू आर रियली गेटिंग रेडी टू फेस द क्लाइंट्स. अब जब डिस्कवरी कॉल होगा क्लाइंट से या लिंक्डइन डीएम में बात होगी क्लाइंट से, यू विल नॉट टॉक like someone who has no idea, or you will not phrase it like I'm new to this industry and all of that. Nahin. Now your soch ka daira has increased because you have grilled yourself, to becoming confident in what skill you offer. But abhi tak skill hi ka ye area मतलब है ना nail हुआ है. Now we have to focus on other aspects as well. अभी कहानी पूरी खत्म नहीं हुई है. So here we go. अब यहाँ पे आती हैं क्लाइंट्स के ऑब्जेक्शंस को हैंडल करना, कि क्या कहते हैं, ऑफर क्या है, प्राइसिंग क्या है, कैसे रेडी होना है, ऑल ऑफ दैट. तो सबसे पहली बात यहाँ पर इंपॉर्टेंट आता है वो क्लाइंट पर्सोना एंड मार्केट रिसर्च जो आपने फेज 1 में किया है. इफ यू एग्जैक्टली नो क्लाइंट के ऑब्जेक्शंस क्या है, इफ यू एग्जैक्टली नो क्लाइंट की प्रॉब्लम्स क्या है, और आपकी स्किल्स क्या है, आप कितने अच्छे हो उन स्किल्स में, और आप उन स्किल्स से क्या रिजल्ट्स ला सकते हो, only then you will be able to create a very crisp, straightforward offer. For example, अगर मेरा content writing का client है and उसको एक मतलब he is recently starting his online presence and he needs SEO में he needs 4 blogs in a month. He has reached out or he has shared that with me. So I can frame my offer. This is just a very vague example. The offer needs to get a bit more detailed, but I'll frame my offer in such a way that I will write 4+1 blogs. I will give you 1 extra blog. Also with metrics tracking and monthly reporting, जो उसने अपने तरफ से starting में नहीं कहा था. But since you had researched this during your client persona, you know कि उसने ये बात miss कर दी, but ये चीजें जरूरी है. So if you mention these with an extra offering, 4+1, that too at no extra cost, you basically give them an offer that they cannot refuse. Uske baad set realistic pricing. Now pricing, again, there is a lot of chatter about pricing, setting the pricing, which is understandable, but pricing is a very subjective thing and also थोड़ा सा misunderstood area ये. Okay, if you are an absolute beginner, if you are an absolute beginner, you don't have to worry much about pricing. I am not saying work for free. Again, 1-2 projects के लिए you can work for free. That too on verified regulated platforms like Internshala, जहाँ पर you get a proper certification of recommendation and all of that. That too also to get proof of work. But don't work for pennies. अगर आपको थोड़ा सा भी experience है, थोड़ा सा भी आपके पास कुछ भी है, तो yeah, Shubhra, you have raised a hand. You want to say something?
Yes, and you can work with Digital Gone Easy because we are already having clients, but we need hands to
exactly. See,
delegate and do the work. Yeah, you can work with us. That is why we are hosting this freelance session. We have freelancers.
Yes, DGE is already doing a fantastic job in terms of providing opportunities and learning opportunities and working opportunities to newbies, and Shubhra is doing an amazing job at it. So why not use this opportunity to you guys are sort of this is a very good community to be in, so why not use it? अगर आपको proof of work चाहिए तो आप DGE में भी बात कर सकते हो, and you can get opportunities, you can showcase your skills, your work, and you can get experience. So good point, Shubhra. But yeah, again, अगर आपके पास थोड़ा सा भी experience है, don't work for pennies. Respect your skills, respect your time, respect the promise that you do. So far, before this pointer, you have already done a lot of work. You have already, done a lot of research. Respect that. और आपने अगर सच में skills को verify और validate किया है, then you know कि what you bring to the table. And you don't need to work at 30 to 60 paise per word. You can, easily charge 90 paise to 1 rupee as a starting price, even as a beginner. And there are clients. So if you are able, अगर आपकी branding जो कि LinkedIn and portfolio है, positioning जो कि आपका आइडेंटिटी स्टेटमेंट है, और मैसेजिंग जो कि आपकी आउटरीच है, ब्रांडिंग, पोजीशनिंग और मैसेजिंग आपकी एकदम स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्ड क्लियर है, क्लाइंट्स आर गोइंग टू सी दैट, क्लाइंट्स आर गोइंग टू रिस्पेक्ट दैट. एंड अगर कोई क्लाइंट ये रिस्पेक्ट ना करके आपको फिर भी स्टीम रोल कर रहा है कि नहीं 30-25 पैसे पे काम करो एंड ऐसे करो, दैट क्लाइंट इज नॉट वर्थ वर्किंग. एंड यू हैव टू start saying no. You have to learn the art of saying no. You have to create also, मतलब वो point मैंने यहाँ पे include नहीं किया है, but if you can write it down, you have to create a client expectation checklist कि जैसे आपने जो client persona बनाया, और you can also include that for your own individual self कि clients में अगर ये चीजें हैं, check हो रही हैं, तो ही मैं उनके साथ काम करूंगा या करूंगी, otherwise I will not work with them. कुछ रेड फ्लैग्स है, पॉइंटर्स जो क्लाइंट के साथ आप उस चेकलिस्ट में इंक्लूड कर सकते हो. फॉर एग्जांपल, इफ दे कॉल यू अब्रप्टली और इफ दे आर वेरी अनरियलिस्टिक अबाउट द स्कोप ऑफ वर्क. फॉर एग्जांपल 25 पैसे पे कर रहे हैं एंड 20 ब्लॉग्स लिखवा रहे हैं एक महीने में, this is a very unrealistic expectation. So you have to educate yourself on what is realistic and what is unrealistic. And ये आप कर सकते हो when you are teaching yourself that skill or you are getting better at that skill. ये आप तब कर सकते हो. तो प्राइसिंग को लेके if you're an absolute beginner, don't work for pennies but don't charge unrealistic. Stay in the middle lane. थोड़ा सा डिसेंट रखो एंड रिसर्च चैट जीपीटी या परप्लेक्सिटी का यूज करके मार्केट रेट्स देखो फॉर योर एक्सपीरियंस लेवल. एंड जब भी कोई क्लाइंट पूछे, दिस इज अनदर great example. Recently a client asked me कि we are a health tech startup and we are looking for a content strategist to join us as a consultant. How much do you charge? So I told her as well, this is a very vague question, and if you can, I have some pointers, I have some questions. If you can answer them, only then I will be able to come up with a justified pricing. तो अगर कोई भी client आपसे पूछता है कि how much do you charge, तो you have to ask them a counter question. What are your expectations and work volume? उनसे ये चीजें पूछो, स्पेसिफिक चीजें हैं. अगर आप एक जेनरिक इंडिविजुअल प्राइस हर क्लाइंट को कोट करोगे, it will not make sense for you. थोड़ा सा उनसे try to get a hint of what they're expecting, and उस basis पे, for example, अगर सिर्फ health, lifestyle और travel blogs है simple, जिनमें research इतना नहीं है, तो you can be okay with 90 और 80 पैसा per word as well. But अगर कुछ technical writing है, B2B या कुछ क्या कहते हैं, बहुत ही कुछ technical है, software या product related, then you can even go up to 1.2 rupees even as a beginner, क्योंकि that is a research and it's a very exhaustive work. So gauge yourself in terms of the skills and the effort needed and then price accordingly. Don't have a fixed price in mind. एक range आप लेके चलो but fixed कुछ मत रखो. Be very flexible. Moving on. Okay, so once you have cleared, the offer, pricing, branding, positioning, messaging को लेके सब clear हो गए हो. This is just a sample example of the LinkedIn calendar that I have included from my previous year. इसमें क्या है ना कि once you create a LinkedIn calendar, it helps you stay organized, avoid wasting time thinking कब क्या post करना है, and फिर consistency भी miss हो जाती है. तो क्या कहते हैं, लास्ट ईयर में मतलब लिंक्डइन या इंस्टाग्राम के लिए आई हैड क्रिएटेड समथिंग. इट वाज सॉर्ट ऑफ अ डमी कैलेंडर, बट जस्ट टू गिव यू एन आइडिया, यू हैव टू एग्जैक्टली मैप आउट कौन से दिन कब कितने बजे किस टाइप का क्या कंटेंट जाएगा. कुछ रेफरेंसेस हैं, क्या मतलब क्या करना है, किस तरह के कंटेंट पोस्ट करना है, रेफरेंसेस क्या है, एवरीथिंग. It's best if you can maintain a Google sheet for it, or if you're using Notion, that is great as well. Personally, I'm very comfortable with Google Sheets, so I use it. But this is an example that you can see. Again, on LinkedIn, these are the times that get the most engagement that I've noticed. 12 p.m. के around you can include your niche वाला topic. बेसिकली तो यहाँ पर क्योंकि वो वर्किंग टाइम होता है, तो पीपल आर इन देयर वर्क वाला मोड, वर्क वाला जोन, तो यू कैन इंक्लूड दैट. अगेन शाम को 6 बजे यू कैन बी अ बिट मतलब थोड़ा सा अपना इंडिविजुअल सेल्फ में के बारे में बात कर सकते हो. इंक्लूड एन इमेज ऑफ योर ओन सेल्फ. टेक्स्ट में आप जरूर बिजनेस कंटेंट या लिंक्डइन रिलेटेड कंटेंट लिख सकते हो विद अ नाइस हुक. For example, what traveling solo taught me about taking accountability. मतलब very indirectly, partially related to your niche, but इतना भी नहीं, थोड़ा सा personal self भी आप infuse कर सकते हो. See, LinkedIn पे अगर आप सिर्फ अपना मतलब क्या कहते हैं niche वाला ये post करोगे, तो engagement उतना नहीं आएगा, and it's okay. मतलब again, that's a different topic altogether, but let me just get slightly into it. LinkedIn पे don't chase engagement कि मेरे को तो सिर्फ 6 लाइक्स आए, मेरे को तो सिर्फ 20 लाइक्स ही आए, उसके पोस्ट पे तो 100 लाइक्स आ रहे हैं. दिस इज नॉट इंस्टाग्राम. यू हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड दिस. लिंक्डइन पे इंप्रेशंस ज्यादा मैटर करते हैं एज कंपेयर टू लाइक्स फॉर दैट मैटर. व्हाई? बिकॉज योर एक्सपोजर मैटर्स. कोई क्लाइंट आपका फीड में एक पोस्ट देख सकता है, ये वाला फॉर एग्जाम्पल, ये वाला, ठीक है, अपने उसके पोस्ट में वो लाइक नहीं करेगा, वो बस देख रहा है, उसने पहली बार देखा, इट विल बी काउंटेड एज वन इंप्रेशन. एंड इफ he or she likes the promise, they might click on your name, visit your profile. ठीक है, एंड उसके बाद आपका वो अबाउट और वो पूरा ऑप्टिमाइजेशन देखेंगे जो आपने किया हुआ है. दिस इज द बेसिक जर्नी. एंड उनको अगर वो प्रॉमिसिंग लगा, देन दे विल डायरेक्टली डीएम यू. तो दे डिड नॉट लाइक योर LinkedIn content, they did not comment, they did not share, they did not repost, कुछ भी नहीं किया. ठीक है, simply visited your profile, texted you because your service page was good, your banner was, very relevant to them, your DP was looking professional, identity statement सब सही था, everything was in place, and then they reached out to you, inbound lead. That's how it works. ये क्यों इंपॉर्टेंट है, ये टेक्स्ट प्लस इमेज पर्सनल स्टोरी? क्योंकि इनकी रीच बहुत कम होती है ऐसे पोस्ट की. तो वाइल इनकी रीच कम है, लेकिन टारगेटेड लोगों तक ही जाती है. ये सिर्फ आपके पोटेंशियल क्लाइंट्स नहीं है, ये आपके पोटेंशियल क्लाइंट्स प्लस आउटसाइड ऑफ योर टारगेट क्लाइंट्स, एक ब्रॉडर ऑडियंस के पास जाएगा ये इस तरह के पोस्ट. इससे आपका एंगेजमेंट बढ़ेगा. और ब्रॉडर ऑडियंस के पास जा रही है तो मतलब देयर आर लेस चांसेस, बट फिर भी एक आउटसाइड चांस रहता है कि थोड़ा सा एंगेजमेंट बढ़ेगा एंड वहां से भी कोई क्लाइंट आ सकता है. एंड इट ऑल्सो शोकेसेस योर ह्यूमन साइड ऑफ थिंग्स. तो व्हाई नॉट गो फॉर इट. एंड अगेन रात में 9 बजे पोल डाल सकते हो, बिकॉज पीपल आर नॉट रियली, दे आर इन दिस स्क्रोलिंग जोन रात में ऑन लिंक्डइन. बस 2-4 पोस्ट देख लिया, कुछ रेलेवेंट लगा, सेव कर लिया, कहीं पे छोटा मोटा कमेंट कर दिया, दैट्स इट. दे आर नॉट रियली इनटू यूजिंग लिंक्डइन. तो अगर आप कुछ पोल डाल सकते हो, यू कैन स्टिल make them stay on LinkedIn, you can still make them engage with your work by making it very easy for them to engage. Yes or no ही दबाना है poll का option. So keep it simple that way, but there can be other elements that can be added, and इसके ऊपर again पूरा एक dedicated session हो सकता है. But मोटा माटी this is how it should look. You can tweak this according to your own requirements and work accordingly. Content mix का भी ध्यान रखना है. Carousels, static posts, text posts, अभी वीडियोस भी पोस्ट होना स्टार्ट हो गया है लिंक्डइन में. You have to mix and match. You have to A/B test कि मतलब कौन कैसे काम कर रहा है. Keep posting different content formats for 30 days. एक महीने बाद एनालाइज करो कि ज्यादा impressions किस पे आए हैं, ज्यादा impressions पे ही पूरा गेम चलता है, तो सबसे ज्यादा impressions जिस पे आए हैं, try to double down on that content type. वैसे carousels are a very safe bet. ये 2024 में भी काम कर रहा था, 25 में भी, 6 में भी अच्छा काम कर रहा है, एंड इट इज गोइंग टू डू वेल. तो कैरेक्टर्स को तो जरूर इंक्लूड करना. बाकी स्टैटिक पोस्ट, टेक्स्ट पोस्ट, टेक्स्ट प्लस इमेज, वीडियोस, दिस यू कैन मिक्स एंड मैच. अगेन दिस इज सम थोड़ा सा साइकोलॉजी. हाई रीच शेयरेबल होते हैं कैरेक्टर्स, टेक्स्ट पोस्ट थोड़े से पर्सनल कॉन्वर्सेशनल होते हैं, टेक्स्ट प्लस इमेज बैलेंस एंगेजमेंट, विच आई टॉक्ड अबाउट. Also, when you create a calendar like this, you plan an entire sitting. तो जो daily decision fatigue होता है ना, that you avoid. So you have to be smart regarding your work. You can take ChatGPT's help again to plan out the entire thingy. Again, अगर बीच में कुछ tweak वगैरह करना है, you have to be very flexible. Don't be very rigid about the fact कि अब तो ये बना लिया, अब तो मेरे को इसी पे लिखना है. अगर if you think कि कोई टॉपिक है जहाँ पे you are not feeling very confident about creating content, उसको चेंज कर दो, you come up with something else. The key is not कि मेरे को वही टॉपिक और मेरे को स्ट्रिक्टली फॉलो करना है. स्ट्रिक्टली फॉलो करना है, yes. The key should be consistency. If you can be consistent on LinkedIn, you are going to get good benefits, good dividends from LinkedIn. Moving on. Now you at this, so this is where phase 3 is starting. यहाँ पर क्या कहते हैं, अब आपने स्किल्स सिलेक्ट कर लिया, वो फाउंडेशन सेट कर लिया, फिर स्किल्स को वैलिडेट भी कर लिया, ठीक है. उसके बाद से अपना ऑफर पोजीशनिंग वगैरह वो सब कर लिया, कंटेंट कैलेंडर बना लिया, टॉपिक्स बना लिया, सब कुछ अभी एवरीथिंग इज नाउ ऑन ट्रैक. बट as part of your process, you also have to outreach to potential clients. So how are you going to do that? What are you going to write? क्योंकि attention span तो normal लोगों का बहुत कम है, clients लोगों का तो उनसे भी कम होता है. They just don't care, ठीक है. And they get, the good thing about this entire process is कि the clients get a lot of generic pitches. Okay, so this is your opportunity to be very creative, engineer an outreach pitch that gets them to read your pitch and revert to them. So I have included just a very small example. This is just one of the many outreach pitches that I have used, and this has got me to outreach clients recently. तो मतलब basically conversation start हो जाती है यहाँ से. तो you have to keep them short. This is a basic formula for this. You can use this. ज्यादा नहीं होता है उनका अटेंशन स्पैन, और स्टार्टिंग के वो 3-4 लाइंस पढ़ेंगे, 2-3 लाइंस, एंड अगर उनको कुछ लग रहा है कि मतलब पढ़ना चाहिए, देन ओनली दे कैन गो. एंड अटेंशन ग्रैबिंग होना चाहिए, वैल्यू लोडेड होना चाहिए, उनका रेलेवेंट होना चाहिए, एंड अपना डिटेल रखना सिग्नेचर में. तो ईमेल, पोर्टफोलियो लिंक, फोन नंबर, ये सब होना चाहिए. This is just one example. I can share more examples after this session ends in the group if needed. Moving on. अब यहाँ पर once you have set up everything is where the winning the LinkedIn game comes to the party. You are clear on your fundamentals, skills, positioning, LinkedIn optimization, सब कर लिया. अब what you have to do? उस कैलेंडर के हिसाब से जैसे भी रखना है, चाहे डेली पोस्ट करना है या एवरी अदर डे पोस्ट करना है या एवरी 2 days पोस्ट करना है. यू डिसाइड कि एक वीक में कितना पोस्ट करना है. क्या डेली पोस्ट, आइडियली यू शुड बी पोस्टिंग डेली. लिंक्डइन पे ऐसा है कि इफ यू पोस्ट डेली यू गेट द बेस्ट रिजल्ट्स. सक्सेसफुल क्रिएटर्स लाइक अंकुर वारिकू आर द बेस्ट एग्जांपल ऑफ दिस. दे पोस्ट डेली. Justin Welch is another example. If you post daily, your reach is going to get so much better. You're going to get so many impressions, and that is going to help you. Again, आप शेड्यूल कर सकते हो. बल्क में आप कंटेंट शेड्यूल करके क्रिएट करके, मतलब एक हफ्ते का टाइम. सो फॉर एग्जांपल 1 मई से आपको पोस्ट करना है, मतलब 1 मई से यू वांट दैट कंसिस्टेंसी टू हैपन. तो मे बी यू कैन स्टार्ट वर्किंग फ्रॉम 20 या 21 अप्रैल. 9-10 दिन का टाइम लो, बल्क में कंटेंट क्रिएट करो. 10 दिन के टाइम फ्रेम में आप कितना कंटेंट क्रिएट कर सकते हो, उस हिसाब से आप डिसाइड करोगे कि आपका कंटेंट कैलेंडर कैसा बनेगा, एक हफ्ते में कितने पोस्ट आप कर सकते हो और कैसे शेड्यूलिंग करना है. लिंक्डइन पे शेड्यूलिंग फ्री में होती है, सो यू डोंट हैव टू पे एनीथिंग टू एनी एक्सटर्नल टूल. So post daily, every other day. That depends on how much you can, bear on your own side. Also, दूसरे पोस्ट के कमेंट पे मतलब spend 30 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes a day to comment on other posts. मतलब किसी और का पोस्ट है. That is your opportunity to get free का exposure. LinkedIn में it's all about exposure. आपको अगर क्या कहते हैं, जितना ज्यादा एक्सपोजर मिलेगा उतना ज्यादा आपके चांसेस बढ़ेंगे फॉर न्यू क्लाइंट्स टू डिस्कवर यू, एंड उतना ज्यादा चांसेस बढ़ेंगे दैट दे विल रीच आउट टू यू. ऑल्सो द कमेंट्स नीड टू बी वैल्यूएबल, नॉट नाइस पोस्ट या इंटरेस्टेड या एआई का यूज करके प्लीज कमेंट मत करना. लिंक्डइन की जनता बहुत समझदार है. दे कैन फिगर आउट व्हेन यू हैव कमेंटेड यूजिंग एआई, एंड दे हैव अ वेरी स्ट्रॉन्ग अवर्जन टू इट. दे हेट people who use AI comments. वो वाला मत करना. And you have to understand the approach here as well. LinkedIn पे you have got to show your human side. तो आप अपना human side दिखाओगे तभी वो आपसे काम करने के लिए, कराने के लिए या आपसे connect होने के लिए inclined होंगे. You genuinely leave a comment if you understand that post or what it is trying to say. Genuinely leave a comment and try to leave some value bits in it if possible. Okay, and again, if you are looking for a job, if it's a remote job and if you are okay with working with remote jobs, you can also go to the jobs section on LinkedIn and you can apply for 5 to 10 jobs daily. It is free. It does not take any money from you. And LinkedIn के easy apply को लेके भी बहुत चैटर रहती है कि ये यूजलेस है, ये बटन, मतलब जितना easy इसको दबाने में है उतना मतलब it does not work that way. But honestly, I have been testing this easy apply button for the last 2 months or so very rigorously. And what I have noticed is कि अगर मैं 100 बार easy apply button दबाता हूँ for 100 different job opportunities. I'm only talking about remote, by the way. तो उसमें से 5 to 10% का सक्सेस रेट रहता है. So 5 to 10 times I get either communication from the company side या फाउंडर अप्रोचेस मी, या अगर मैं इजी अप्लाई करके एक कनेक्शन रिक्वेस्ट या डीएम भेज रहा हूँ दी हायरिंग मैनेजर को या फाउंडर को, दे अप्लाई, क्योंकि उनको दिखता है कि दिस पर्सन हैज आल्सो अप्लाइड टू दिस जॉब, सो वहां से एक रेलेवेंस का कनेक्शन बनता है। ठीक है, तो इजीली अप्लाई, द इजी अप्लाई बटन इज नॉट यूजलेस इफ यू यूज इट राइट। थोड़ा सा वॉल्यूम गेम खेलना पड़ेगा एंड मेक श्योर कि आप अपना करेक्ट रेज्यूमे यहाँ पे अपलोड करो एंड अप्लाई टू 5 to 10 जॉब्स। मतलब मैक्सिमम टेक्स 5 to 7 8 minutes अ डे, बट इफ यू कैन डू इट 5 to 10 जॉब्स डेली अप्लाई करोगे 30 days में, it will be like what, 150 to 300 jobs that you can apply, and it will greatly increase your chances even if you're looking for a remote job. So yeah, why not? 1 to 2 DMs daily आप भेज सकते हो, ज़्यादा मत भेजना। I don't think you are allowed to send that many DMs, or that is a feature of LinkedIn Premium, I guess. So since I am focusing only on the organic methods here, एक छोटा सा डिटेल है कि जब आप यहाँ पे जॉब्स में अप्लाई कर रहे हो ना, यहाँ पे फ्रीलांसिंग के भी बहुत सारे अपॉर्चुनिटीज होते हैं, पार्ट टाइम जॉब्स भी बहुत सारे होते हैं लिंक्डइन पे। उस पे जो हायरिंग मैनेजर की प्रोफाइल होती है, इफ यू क्लिक ऑन दोस प्रोफाइल, मोस्ट, बिकॉज दे हैव टू हायर अ लॉट, दे हैव टू टॉक टू अ लॉट ऑफ पीपल, दे कीप देयर डीएम्स ओपन। लिंक्डइन पे ना यू कैन नॉट डीएम, आई एम श्योर कि आपको पता होगा, ये डीएम नहीं कर सकते हो आप इंस्टाग्राम की तरह किसी, मतलब एनीवन हु इज नॉट अ पार्ट ऑफ योर नेटवर्क। बट अगर कोई यहाँ पर जो जॉब पोस्ट कर रहा है और वो हायर कर रहा है ऑफन, वो अपने मैसेजेस को ओपन रखते हैं, वो अपने डीएम्स को ओपन रखते हैं एज अ फ्री मैसेज। यू विल नॉट बी चार्ज एनीथिंग। सो ऑलवेज चेक आउट, अगर आप जॉब को अप्लाई कर रहे हो या फ्रीलांसिंग अपॉर्चुनिटी को अप्लाई कर रहे हो, चेक आउट, क्लिक ऑन द मैसेज बटन एंड सी इफ इट इज अ फ्री मैसेज। इफ इट्स अ फ्री मैसेज यू बी अलाउड टू सेंड इट। और ऐसे अगर 5 से 7 मैसेजेस पे आप क्लिक करोगे ऑफ अलग अलग प्रोफाइल्स, 1 से 2 डीएम्स आप आराम से भेज पाओगे। सो इवन इफ यू एम फॉर 50 to 60 DMs इन अ मंथ, ठीक है, 3 to 4 कॉन्वर्सेशंस तो स्टार्ट हो ही जाएगी और उसमें से 1 या 2 आपका डिस्कवरी कॉल पे आ जाएगा। सो दिस इज द अप्रोच दैट यू हैव टू थिंक। अगेन 5 to 6 कनेक्शन रिक्वेस्ट लिंक्डइन का, आई थिंक कनेक्शन रिक्वेस्ट इज बेसिकली फ्रेंड रिक्वेस्ट जो हम फेसबुक पे भेजते हैं, या फॉलो रिक्वेस्ट जो हम इंस्टाग्राम पे भेजते हैं। ऑन लिंक्डइन इट्स कनेक्शन रिक्वेस्ट। वंस यू कनेक्ट विद समवन, यू स्टार्ट फॉलोइंग देम, दे स्टार्ट फॉलोइंग यू, एंड यू बिकम अ पार्ट ऑफ देयर नेटवर्क। LinkedIn पे there is a limit of how many connection requests you can send per day. It is, I think, 20 to 21 per week. No, sorry, 20 to 21 per week. Last I checked, no, sorry, per day. Per day, 20 to 21 connection requests you can send. But right now you have to tone it down because you will be starting from scratch, right? You're just a beginner. You're just starting out. Keep it low, 5 to 7. ऑड नंबर में रखो, कभी 4 करो, कभी 5 करो, कभी 7 करो, कभी इवन कर दो, 4 6। मतलब you have to keep it very random. You don't have to make it a pattern. Again, LinkedIn को अगर पता चला कि कुछ ऑटोमेशन हो रहा है या बहुत ज्यादा एक्टिविटी एकदम से बढ़ गई है, तो it will shadow ban your account or ban it permanently. You don't want to do that. And this LinkedIn game is what I was talking about. This is phase 4. Out of phase 5, we are almost near our roadmap. But this is the game. This is the variable. This is not the one-time thing that you do. This you have to do daily. This is why you have allocated those 100 minutes of your time. Once you have set up all the foundation and everything. All clear so far? Any major concerns? Anything that we need to discuss? Shubhra?
No.
All good?
No, it's clear, all good, and there are some questions that will be taken up in the Q&A. Yeah, you can go ahead.
Okay. I'm just about to be done, so it's all. We are near to ending this session. So again, if you do this 4 to 5 days, it would be like a prayer where you are hoping कि कुछ हो जाए, कुछ अच्छा हो जाए. If you are doing this for 30 to 60 days straight, assuming 20 to 30 days for setting up that foundation and skills validation and content calendar and everything, this adds up to, close to 90 days. When you do this for 30 to 60 days, that is when the actual success chances happen. That is when you increase your chances of becoming lucky. The difference between you and the winning freelancer is they are putting their head down, they are not overthinking, and they repeat these steps daily. While many freelancers they procrastinate कि एक हफ्ते किया, 2 हफ्ते किया. पहली बात तो the stamina is very important. If you have a very clear roadmap in front of you, the pathway in front of you, it becomes easy for you to follow that along and keep progressing. हो सकता है कि सबकी अलग अलग स्पीड होती है. हो सकता है आपसे ये 90 डेज की बजाय 120 डेज में हो सकता है किसी से 70 डेज में हो जाए. ठीक है, सबकी स्पीड अलग अलग है. So 90 days is a benchmark. It's a ballpark, but it is okay if you shoot a couple of weeks over it or under it. That's completely fine. What matters is you have to do all these steps in the same manner and keep doing it. Be very consistent about it. Moving on. Okay, discovery calls will start coming in from day 75 80 to towards the end of this entire sprint. इसमें basically क्या होता है कि when you are following that LinkedIn game daily ना, doing that link. Yeah. Shubha, sorry, you are saying anything?
Your slide was missing. Your slide was missing. Now it is visible.
Okay. Perfect. Let me open it again. So after you do is the slide visible, Shubha?
Yes. Discovery call.
Yeah, discovery calls and closing. So after you do the LinkedIn game for 60 days straight, 60, 70 days, there's a very good chance. And again, let me remind you guys, आप अभी भी कुछ expect नहीं कर रहे हो. आप यही मान के चल रहे हो कि कुछ नहीं होगा, कोई client नहीं आएगा, कोई calls, कोई conversation, कुछ भी start नहीं होगी. Your expectations are zero. Even at this point, you are just putting your head down and you are just following the process without expecting anything in return. But that is how it works. When you're not expecting, that is when you start getting the results, and you will get the results. But you just not have to tell yourself that. So this is a recent example of a discovery call that I got. When you keep, so also if you send an outreach pitch or an outreach email, you also have to follow up. After following up, I got, a couple of days ago, I got this interview invite. So the discovery call is basically, again, a fit check between you and the client, work fit check between you and client to see if their expectations and your skills align or not. किसी भी डिस्कवरी कॉल पे जाने से पहले you need to have a very clear agenda. Script might not be a right word here, so agenda is something that you can say. Script भी आप कह सकते हो because you have to map out कि conversation जाने कैसे चाहिए. मतलब you don't the discovery call needs to happen for a maximum of 30 minutes where you basically understand what they're looking for. It could be even better, so यहाँ पर ना जो second point है, research each client beforehand. I mean, it could be sort of better if you can research what they want. You can already predict कि उनको क्या चाहिए. And also maybe share a Google form with them with certain questions. That will also save your time. तो वो एक questionnaire आप भेज सकते हो as a Google form उस client को to fill them out कि what is their current business problem, what is their marketing, क्या वो देख रहे हैं, उनका business problem क्या है, वो क्या मुझसे expect कर रहे हैं, and everything of that sort. तो getting a questionnaire and getting an answer sheet before the actual discovery call, it can really help you get the exact context ki chal kya raha hai, and prepare accordingly and then speak confidently in the discovery call. You can also have samples and proof of work ready. For example, for this client, I had prepared some proof of work like kaun se sources. So they were into medical tech again. So what sources that I usually refer to, or एक मैंने पूरा टैब बनाया था इसका. This is an example article that I presented to them कि ये पूरा एक कैसे ये AI और LLM ranking और SEO के लिए ये कैसे ये पूरा article suitable है. So this is actual proof of work that I showed to them. And then why this article works. तो कौन सी checklist है. Why this post is SEO and LLM ranking ready. तो मैंने उनको पूरा बताया कि मैंने इसको 3 सेक्शन में बांटा. कि ये पोस्ट, ये वाला जो पोस्ट, दिस इज गुड बिकॉज इट फॉलोज माई राइटिंग प्रोसेस and this is the step by step writing process that I follow. Define the business goal, research, gather evidence, build content angle. ये पूरा step by step process मैंने बताया. उसके बाद ये तो सिर्फ content writing का process है, ठीक है, कंटेंट राइटिंग एंड एडिटिंग का. उसके बाद ऑन पेज एसईओ जो रैंकिंग, जो गूगल के रैंकिंग के लिए रिक्वायर्ड है, उसमें क्या जरूरी है, कौन कौन से एरियाज है जहाँ पे हमको मतलब ऑन पेज में ऑप्टिमाइज करना होता है, ये पूरा मैंने दिखाया. ये पूरा एक एक पॉइंट आई एक्सप्लेन टू देम. एंड आफ्टर दैट कम्स एलएलएम रैंकिंग, एलएलएम साइटेशन राइटिंग चेकलिस्ट की. एलएलएम के अगर परप्लेक्सिटी, चैट जीपीटी वगैरह में रैंक कराना है तो किस तरह से, मतलब क्या क्या पॉइंटर्स हमको अपने इस मैंने क्या क्या इस आर्टिकल में कवर किए हैं. सो I covered all of this. I explained कि कहाँ पे इनका जरूरत होता है, and I have also hyperlinked all of the pointers with exact Google results to showcase them that this is actually working. It is not just theory. I showed them another example from another client that I have written the content for. क्या कहते हैं, लिंक्डइन के जो पोस्ट्स मैंने क्रिएट किए हैं, उनका वो पोस्ट किस बारे में थे, उनका क्या इम्पैक्ट हुआ था, बिजनेस रिजल्ट क्या आया था. So all of that. So proof of work is very important when you are going into a discovery call. Anything that is relevant. And I mean, you have to make detailed notes before the discovery call on how you can own that meeting. उस client को ऐसा convince कर दो उस 30 मिनट के call पे, and basically by showing them things that can make their jaw drop, that can make them say, I want this person, otherwise I don't want anyone else, मेरे को इसी के साथ काम करना है. When you are able to sell the client that way, then only you can set your own terms. वो तब वो pricing वाला वो पूरा aspect आएगा कि जब client आपसे इस level का impress हो जाएगा, तब वो आपको नहीं कहेगा कि 25 पैसे में काम करो. मैंने उसको इतना सब दिखाया, पोर्टफोलियो वगैरह दिखाया, एवरीथिंग आई शोड देम. तो तब वो कॉन्वर्सेशन शिफ्ट हो जाएगी वर्किंग फॉर पेनीज से पेइंग अ सिग्निफिकेंट अमाउंट. दैट इज हाउ यू सेट द टेबल कॉन्वर्सेशन. Establish credibility, clearly showing why you are the right fit. तो अगर आप वो 60 days तक वो LinkedIn वाला गेम खेल रहे हो ना, तो you can from day 70, 80, 90 towards around the end of third month mark, you can start expecting at least 5 to 10 discovery calls. And you have to stay confident, stick to your strengths. अगर सिर्फ एक डिस्कवरी कॉल होता है तो द साइकोलॉजी सेज कि यू आर थोड़ा सा एंग्जियस कि मेरे पास तो एक ही अपॉर्चुनिटी है, आई हैव टू मेक इट वर्क. उसके बाद जब क्लाइंट कुछ भी कहता है, थोड़ी सी अनरियलिस्टिक उनकी एक्सपेक्टेशंस होती है, तो यू अग्री टू इट बिकॉज यू डोंट हैव एनी अदर ऑप्शंस. बट इफ यू फॉलो दिस रोड मैप, इफ यू फॉलो दिस entire thing that I explained step by step, then you will have at least 5 to 10 discovery calls by month 3, and you will have options. So you will be in a better position to leverage. You would have leverage, and you would be in a better position to negotiate. So this is how the entire psychology of discovery calls works. Again, बहुत ही डिटेल्ड कॉन्सेप्ट है ये. इट्स अगेन अ 5-day वर्कशॉप वाला थिंग. पूरा इस पे एक डिटेल सेशन बनाना पड़ेगा, बहुत सारा कंटेंट लगेगा. बट इन अ नटशेल, दिस इज व्हाट यू नीड टू नो to बी अवेयर ऑफ व्हाट यू आर डीलिंग विद. And once you are able to do all of this, you have to aim to land. Matlab, again, by day 90, you should be able to land 1 to 2 clients with this method. It can be easily more. आराम से आपके 4 to 5 clients रहेंगे. After that, 90-day वाला mark या जो भी आपकी speed है 120 days and all of that, you will be confused कि which clients you want to work with. This is the result that you can expect. This is the implication that you can expect. Also, one important thing, if you get 1 to 2 clients, yeah, 1 client, don't stop there. But the most freelancers stop after client 1. This is the mistake that I've personally made in the past as well. Problem क्या होता है ना कि freelancing थोड़ा सा volatile रहता है. मतलब what if you start working with a client and after 2 months things don't seem to go that well, and the client stops working with you or you decide to part ways? फिर again वो money वाला issue हो जाएगा, fluctuation हो जाएगा. You want to have a balance, you want to diversify your risk. So keep this entire process, keep doing this entire process even after you land 1 to 2 clients, until you have at least 3 to 4 clients at least. वहां पे फिर आप अपने रिस्क को डिफरेंट डिफरेंट बकेट्स में डाइवर्सिफाई कर सकते हो, सो दैट इवन वन क्लाइंट और 2 clients लीव, यू हैव एटलीस्ट 2 to 3 clients मोर. एंड उसके बाद भी पाइपलाइन में जो जिनसे कॉन्वर्सेशन चल रही है अभी, जिससे डिस्कवरी कॉल होने वाली है, उसको हम पाइपलाइन कहते हैं. इवन आफ्टर वर्किंग 3 to 4 clients, वर्किंग विद 3 to 4 clients, पाइपलाइन में 3 to 4 कॉन्वर्सेशंस चलते रहना चाहिए. ठीक है. दिस इज हाउ यू ट्रिपल चेक, you triple ensure that your financials are done right. And after the first 90 days, after the first year, अगर आप clients के साथ अच्छे तरीके से काम कर रहे हो, they are happy with you, you have to understand this. This is a compounding effect. एक client को अच्छा लगेगा, वो रेफर करेगा आपको दूसरे client को similar opportunities को, वो आपको testimonials देगा, वो आपको LinkedIn पे recommendations देगा. You can use that to showcase that on your LinkedIn का feature, on your portfolio. You have to understand this. So this is a compounding effect, and this is why freelancers make double, triple of their full-time salary in just 1 year alone. I was able to do that for myself in 2021. एक साल के अंदर ही I was making 2.75 times, I guess, from my main salary. This is the power of freelancing, and this is why you should continue the client hunt process even after you have gotten the client. I think this is pretty much done. To sum it up, skill set एक बार डिफाइन करना है, प्रॉब्लम टू सॉल्व, मार्केट डिमांड को ध्यान में रखना है, क्लाइंट्स के साथ काम करना है और क्लाइंट्स के साथ कॉन्वर्सेशंस रेडी रखना है. All 4 conditions must be true to earn a predictable income. And yeah, I think this is pretty much it. I guess. And yeah, we are done with the presentation, I guess.
Thank you so much for the non-stop session. Worth it listening to you. And 19 participants are still here. Okay. Yeah. So without further ado, I will ask questions which were put in the chat so that you can answer them. Good to go?
Yeah, definitely.
क्या मैं questions रखूं जो chat पे पूछा गया था? Okay. Okay. So I am putting the questions. Let me pull. Okay. So how to find our niche for doing freelancing?
That's a very, again, थोड़ा सा detailed मतलब इसका आंसर है, but your niche should be, it depends where you are in your work stage. तो अगर आप already work कर रहे हो as a working professional, तो आप जो चीज काम कर रहे हो आप उसमें थोड़े तो अच्छे हो गए, तभी तो आप उसके लिए हायर हुए होगे. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, इफ यू आर अ कोडर, इफ यू आर अ सॉफ्टवेयर इंजीनियर, तो कोडिंग के लिए भी फ्रीलांसिंग में बहुत अपॉर्चुनिटीज हैं. तो you can use your main corporate wala skill to become a freelancer in that skill again, which is what I did. I joined as a content writer, I became a content writer, and I made my career in content writing, SEO strategy वगैरह ही. ठीक है. If you are a college student, ठीक है, then you have to find your passion, what you are good at. आप क्या कर सकते हो, क्या आप लिखते अच्छे हो, क्या आप डिजाइन अच्छे बनाते हो. ठीक है. एंड उसके बाद वो जो मार्केट रिसर्च वाला जो टॉपिक, जो पॉइंट है विच आई मेंशन, वो आपको है ना देखना है कि लिंक्डइन पे जाके ग्राफिक डिजाइन, अगर आप डिजाइन अच्छा करते हो, डिजाइन सर्च करो लिंक्डइन सर्च पे और देखो कि क्या कॉन्वर्सेशंस हो रही है वहां पे, लोग किस तरह से बात कर रहे हैं, क्या कर रहे हैं. चैट जीपीटी से पूछो कि मैं ऐसा हूँ, तो मेरे को डिजाइन अच्छा लगता है करना, या मेरे को कोडिंग पसंद है, मेरे लिए क्या फ्रीलांसिंग अपॉर्चुनिटीज हो सकती है. तो नीश को ब्रॉड रखो, लाइक आई सेड, एंड जस्ट डू थिंग्स दैट आपको पसंद है वो करना और उसकी मार्केट में डिमांड है. अगर आपको कोई चीज अच्छी लगती है करना और मार्केट में डिमांड नहीं है, तो दैट इज नॉट गोइंग टू मेक सेंस फॉर यू. आई गेस इट आंसर्ड योर क्वेश्चन. आप एक बार शुभ्रा, डू ऑल्सो लेट मी नो हु हैज आस्क्ड दिस क्वेश्चन so that I can address them as well.
Okay, sure. So this has been asked by Sudha.
Okay, Sudha, I hope I was able to answer your question. Yeah. Shubhra, you want to share the next question?
Yes. Next question is, what actually worked for you to get clients consistently, your real method.
I'm not sure, which stage you are referring to, like initial stage, yeah, once I was settled into this role. Initially, I got my first.
You can frame the answer in your way, whatever you feel like.
I'm just trying to do that. So when I mentioned ki in June of 2020, when I got my first client, it was an agency, digital marketing agency. So I was running a paid Naukri ad. I was running Naukri ads on my profile. Wahan se that HR contacted me, and I got the opportunity. And once I started delivering good content in the next 6 to 7 months, the content manager that I was working with, she got very impressed with my skills, and she started referring me more work from their affiliates and from her knowns. तो start हुआ था नौकरी से, naukri.com से, and वहाँ से industry network के through I started getting more work. Referrals. Mainly I get work from referrals.
Great. Thank you so much. You actually addressed that. Next question, would you recommend a one-time setup offer or monthly retainer for beginners, and why? Shubhankar has asked.
Monthly retainer works best.
I repeat the question. I repeat the question. Would you recommend? Okay, yeah.
Yeah. One time I would not recommend. I would also always go for monthly retainers because of two things. Firstly, your income, basically you are able to predict कि हर month मेरे को इस client से इतने पैसे आने वाले हैं, तो you can plan your finances accordingly. Secondly, it works well for long-term associations, relationships with the client. एक बार आप काम करोगे, काम करके भूल जाओगे, फिर उसका कोई भरोसा नहीं है कि आगे वो क्लाइंट आपको याद रखेगा कि नहीं. मंथली अगर आप काम कर रहे हो, कॉन्वर्सेशंस हो रही है, यू आर able to build something together, you are able to see the results, so they will be very, you will be able to retain your image in their mind space for a longer period of time. So I would highly suggest working long term with clients.
Okay, Peter has asked, where do the LinkedIn job link come from? Can you share and show the screen? Where is the LinkedIn jobs option?
There is a button, just let me share the screen.
Peter has asked.
Yeah, so on LinkedIn there is this button, no, jobs wala yahan par. Let me know if you're able to see my screen. This is the button. Can you see my screen, guys?
Yes.
If you click on this button, linkedin.com/jobs, yahan par wo easy apply and all of that happens. For example, freelance content writer remote. So I've made some alerts, saved some alerts. तो ये LinkedIn मेरे को suggest करता रहता है about freelancing and all of that. For example, there is this role. This is a proper apply button. This is not an easy apply button. यहाँ पर this is an external link. As you can see, it is prompting to go outside of LinkedIn. But if I show you an example of easy apply, see, content writer, regulatory marketing. So ये वाला एक है ना ब्रीफ केस वाला जो है, यहाँ पे you will get all the jobs and meet the hiring team. साई चरण, लीड टैलेंट पार्टनर. फर्स्टली यू विल रीड द जॉब कि ये जॉब क्या है. अगर आपको इशू आ रहा है कि ओवरवेलमिंग लग रहा है कि ये सब क्या है, FDA, EMA, मेरे को कुछ समझ में नहीं आ रहा है ये सब, तो कुछ भी नहीं है. Paste it in ChatGPT and tell it to explain to you in very simple terms, like you are a layman. Nice to have. पूरा बताओ, ChatGPT से पूछो कि ये जॉब किस बारे में है, क्या मेरी स्किल्स इससे अलाइन करती है, ये मेरा रेज्यूमे है, ये मेरा पोर्टफोलियो है, क्या मैं इसको लेके अलाइन हूँ कि नहीं, अगर मैं हूँ तो ये मेरे से क्या एक्सपेक्ट कर रहे हैं, पूरा समझो. वंस यू आर वेरी क्लियर, देन क्लिक ऑन दिस पर्सन्स प्रोफाइल टू सी इफ दे हैव फ्री मैसेज इनेबल्ड और नॉट. आई हैव लिंक्डइन प्रीमियम, तो शायद मेरे में नहीं दिखाएगा, बट आई विल हैव टू चेक. इफ आई क्लिक ऑन मैसेज, I'm not sure if open हो रहा है कि नहीं. अच्छा, there is some lag here because of Zoom. But yeah, this is how you can check कि मतलब मैसेज कर सकते हैं कि नहीं. This is not open. This button is not working due to Zoom, I guess. But yeah, I hope I was able to answer Peter's question.
Yes. Okay, that's it. For more questions, we will take up it in the WhatsApp group, Sunday live session WhatsApp group. And I will really request Kaushik to share one announcement which we have with Mukul, and Mukul will throw some light on that. So Kaushik, can you share the screen and show the announcement? And in the meanwhile, Kaushik is doing it. Please type 1 word or 2 words for Mukul for the feedback of the session. How did you like it? What did you like? Can you type in the chat, everybody? Biswa, Ankita, DK Rana, Pooja, Rita, Shruti. What did you like, or what is the 1 word feedback? Okay, Peter saying very enlightened. Akriti saying great. Jarvis saying amazing.
Thank you,
Ankita saying thank you, expanding on the specifics of LinkedIn. Devapriya is saying great, amazing. Shruti is saying excellent session. Biswa is saying very good session. Okay.
Thank you everyone. I hope I was able to impart some
amazing
information.
Session. Yes, and Pooja is saying detailed explanation. Jyoti is saying informative session. Thank you so much for being with us on a Sunday afternoon. Okay, Rita is saying Mukul's session motivates me to do freelancing. Wow, that was the point. To get that mindset
Thank you
first.
So much.
Yeah. So Kaushik, please share the screen, and Mukul, can you please express this in detail? Kaushik, can you show? Kaushik from our team. Yeah,
okay. Waiting for Kaushik to share.
Okay. So, Kaushik, if you are not able to share, can you please type in the chat, unable to share? So, Mukul will share from his end. Mukul, you have got one link from Kaushik on WhatsApp. Did you?
Okay.
For the announcement? Yeah. Everyone please be here for just 2 minutes. ठीक है? हमारे पास एक बहुत बड़ा announcement है. So
I think what we can do is Shubhra. Yeah, Shubhra. What we can do is we can wrap up this session for now. Okay. During this session announcement or whatever announcement that we are planning, let's keep it for another session. Okay. And I would like to first clear all the questions from other. I can see a lot of questions that are pending. Let's use the group to first interactively solve all the questions, and we can use another opportunity to do the announcement. Okay.
Yes. Done. आप next session में आएंगे. Everybody, will you be interested for the next section? Next session on different aspect of freelancing. So next Sunday भी हम मिलेंगे. Okay.
We can do another. So basically, yes. I mean, I can take up a very specific module of the roadmap, and usi pe on detail I can give a session on what's needed. For example, LinkedIn hai, pricing hai, outreach hai, matlab whatever is needed. So we can plan accordingly for the next session.
Yes. ठीक है, thank you so much. Everybody, please come on camera. It's picture time, everybody. Come on camera, please, everybody. Thank you so much for spending Sunday afternoon with us. Yeah.
Let me also take a picture.
Yes. And everybody, please turn on the camera. I would really request everybody. You have got 5 seconds, and now we will take the picture, and Kaushik will also take the picture. And as you know, the culture of DGE, with the victory sign on and the broadest smile of the day, we have to take the picture, okay? Yeah? And here we go. Kaushik, are you ready? 3, 2, and 1. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, everyone, and talk to you soon again. Bye. Take care.
Yeah. And wait for the announcement in the next Sunday session. Till then, utilize the group, shoot questions. Mukul will personally address in the group. No worries.
Okay. Bye, everyone.
Digital Gone Easy Academy के अंदर हम मार्केटिंग, सोशल मीडिया, पर्सनल ब्रांडिंग एंड AI प्रैक्टिकली सीखते हैं और सिखाते हैं। एजेंसी के अंदर हम इन सारी सर्विसेज को प्रोवाइड करते हैं। आज ही हमसे जुड़िए। कॉलिंग और व्हाट्सएप नंबर है 898704 65764।